Comments in, and we do want to hear from you. We got a lot of stuff going on today. We've talked quite a bit of college football with the Sports Illustrated Top 100 Players list. We've asked all the fans of all the in-state schools, Michigan, Michigan State, Eastern, Western, and Central, who do you think will be on the list by the end of the year? There are only two guys from locally that made the list. Mo Hurst from Michigan, defensive lineman at 71, and Rashawn Gary, defensive lineman from Michigan at 22. Who do you think will be on the list by the end of the year? 248-539-9797, ticket text 97136, plus your feedback at Doug and Gator 971 on Twitter, and like we said, on Facebook. Send those over.
The 97, the ticket Facebook page have our
right.
Facebook
yes,
Live,
thank you.
yes.
Sorry. We also are talking about Gibraltar Trade Center. Your favorite Gibraltar Trade Center memories. Many of them are sports related because so many athletes did signings out there, but there are other great scores that people had. If anybody ever set up a booth, Kang set up a booth, only lost $50.
I can't believe so.
Ate a lot of nachos.
Everything you made, you turned and you went and got Gibraltar Trade Center nachos.
Either that or one of my buddies, because there was three of us total, went out and got I think it was a Phil Simms rookie card that he thought was a steal. It has not gained any value at all, and that was like
Is it lost
15
value?
years ago, huh?
Probably lost some value.
It might have.
This sounds like one of those things that if your buddy did it, you would check to this day and mock him every time you saw him.
Oh, we mocked him for the next 5 years at least.
Is this the same guy that for no reason discounted a card 50%?
No,
and
that was
cost
the other
you?
guy.
Okay.
So we're three geniuses out there working this table.
When your buddy discounted the card, as you sold the card, it was worth $80, and the guy was willing to pay $80 for it, and then your buddy goes, "Nope, that's the half off bin. You get half off. It's only $40." And he's like, "Great." Were you guys upset with him initially, like right off the bat, or were you just still stunned like he was that you got a sale?
Well, we were stunned that he discounted it because as soon as he left, he even turned to us and goes, "Why did I do that?"
Because the guy had agreed to pay full price,
Yes.
and then your buddy announced to him, "Oh, wait, it's on the half-off table."
He wanted to feel like a salesman, you know? That was the first sale. I mean, it was the biggest sale. Horrible.
What a
horrible
moron.
salesman.
248-539-9797. Also, the Justin Verlander trade rumor stuff. We did discuss, who the Cubs could give back. We were surprised to see the names of Dave Schoenfeld. At least I was. You weren't quite as surprised. Their top prospect, Ian Happ, who's been killing for them the last couple of months. Javier Baez, the young second baseman. Here's some feedback to the Karsch and Anderson inbox. Ben McComb says, my buddy and I skipped school one day to go to Gibraltar, and he got suckered into buying a sham wow. So obviously we went back to my house to see if it could get wine out of the carpet like advertised. So I pour wine onto the carpet, and of course it did not work. My dad was pissed. That's Ben McComb's favorite Gibraltar Trade Center memory.
We got this to our Facebook Live account here from Phil. Phil! Bought my first bong when I was 17, took it to the car, and then bought 4 more. It was 1999. Great memories.
From Brendan in Northville, I got a Keith Van Horn jersey and saw Mike Maroth there in the same day. It was a weird day. Did not ask for an autograph. I got a Soup Nazi autographed 8x10 glossy at Gibraltar. From Sean and Shelby, thanks to Gibraltar, I got autographs from Adam West and Jake the Snake Roberts. Then when I was older, I got Brutus the Barber Beefcake a month before he passed. Thanks. Great show as always. That's from Sean.
Brutus Beefcake's dead?
I'd expect you to know.
You know what's weird is I get older, I forget who's dead and who's alive now. Like, because we've lost so many people over the last several years in the world of sports and entertainment. You just kind of forget who's who, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Bruce Beefcake he's alive.
Is he?
Yes.
So my man here thinks he got a...
Maybe he meant Randy Macho Man Savage.
Maybe. You'd think he'd know who he got an autograph from, though.
You would hope so, unless it's I was going to say somebody who signed the autograph as Brutus Beefcake and who actually died, but that doesn't make any sense because why would you know that guy died, not Brutus Beefcake? Famous Brutus Beefcake impersonator dies at the age of 53. Well known for his appearances at Gibraltar Trade Center.
Yeah. Okay, we're trying to put it in perspective, and accomplishment from a major league, and that league is Major League Eating, and that accomplishment is Joey Chestnut, who's won 10 of the last 11 Nathan's famous hot dog eating contests. And in an interview afterwards, he compared himself to the great athletes and said he watches tape.
He says he trains and he practices. He tapes himself while training and practicing, then watches the tapes. Because my man is dead serious about the competitive eating.
Here's my question. I heard Stoney this morning talking about, you've got Tom Brady and LeBron and Joey Chestnut. And I'm like, no, you don't. That list does not include Joey Chestnut.
Why not?
Because he's not an athlete.
But he trains.
But what is he? Like, who are his peers? And I'm not talking about other eaters, but you could compare Tom Brady and LeBron James, or Tom Brady and Steph Curry, or, whomever, Roger Federer and Tiger Woods, or whatever comparison you want to make. Tiger's a bad example, but you get the point. You can cross-pollinate sports and compare dominant performances, right?
Sure.
Who do we compare Joey Chestnut to? Because it's not any of those guys.
You know what this means? Is that Joey Chestnut is just that unique. We are witness. We are all witness to something truly spectacular that we can't even grasp what it is. We don't know.
You're right, we don't know, because he's the best.
He's the best at what he does.
He's dominant.
He crushes. Look, this isn't the first time he's won. It's not the fourth time he's won. This is the 10th mustard belt that this guy has hoisted after winning this competition at Nathan's.
Right.
10.
He's dominant.
I'm watching yesterday, and I'm trying to I'm like, I totally forgot what the other guy was. He used to be dominant before Joey Chestnut. Kobayashi, right? But it took me forever to remember that name. Like, what? We used to think Kobayashi was dominant. Kobayashi's got nothing on Joey Chestnut.
Nope.
Of course, Kobayashi can't compete with Joey Chestnut because he's got some sort of legal beef with the competition itself. But nonetheless, Joey Chestnut's been reigning supreme now for the last decade.
So who's the comparable performer? I would almost use the term athlete. I mean, because we get into these. Is it Jimmy Johnson, the NASCAR driver? Because he's won a bunch of championships, but people debate whether or not he's an athlete, but he's really good at what he does. So is Joey Chestnut to Major League Eating what Jimmy Johnson is to NASCAR?
You can get some pissed off NASCAR people for sure.
What about like bowlers like Pete Weber or
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that, because no one says, oh, Pete Weber, LeBron James, Tom Brady, but can you say Pete Weber, Joey Chestnut?
I think it could, and yet, no. Joey Chestnut is unique.
Well, he's more dominant than Jimmy Johnson
Well, right,
was.
but I mean, Jimmy Johnson's driving a car, and NASCAR it's part of sports. A professional bowler is a professional bowler. That's a sport. Competitive eating, it's not a sport, but yet it is. There's something to it. And he is the best.
It's a physical accomplishment that he trains for. He practices. He looks at film. This sounds like what an athlete does, but don't tell me for 1 second that he's an athlete. Right?
I'm not saying he's an athlete. I find it interesting that he trains the way that he trains. And I'll guarantee there are people out there that know somebody, or maybe they're that type of person anyway, that takes whatever they do way too seriously. Like they're training like Chestnut trains for the hot dog eating competition, or like an athlete trains for their respective sport.
Would you call what Joey Chestnut does too seriously? That he takes it too seriously?
Yes. You didn't see the interview.
No, I didn't see the interview.
You were live on the air. It was funny to me watching it because he was being interviewed as if he were an athlete. Like he were taking it that seriously. He's like, hey, I just I train. I don't just go there and eat.
But
I train. I fast. I tape myself in the training sessions and the practices, and I watch that tape and I try to get better. Everything he said, if you didn't know he was a competitive eater, that's what he was talking about, you would have thought, this guy, these are words to live by. This is how I make myself better as a person. Is
he taking it too seriously if he makes $300,000 a year doing it? Or is he taking it exactly as seriously as he should? Like, that's a living. He's making a living.
He is making a living. Right. But I'm saying that there are people out there that take things every bit as seriously as he does, that I think everybody else would look at and go, are you seriously why do you take it that seriously? It's just, what are you doing?
Right.
And they're not making $300,000 at it, but people know people that just take things way too serious.
248-539-9797. I got to tell you, I think the Joey Chestnut Jimmy Johnson comparison is relevant.
Well, here's something from Anthony from Facebook. It says, competitive eating takes a skill, just like a professional football player, basketball player, baseball, soccer. That's a sport, just like flipping is. Like cup flipping is.
Who is his athletic, I'll put that in quotes, peer? Who should we compare him to? Because I don't think it's Tom Brady. I don't think it's LeBron James. I don't think it's Steph Curry. I don't think it's Sidney Crosby or Connor McDavid. 248-539-9797. 97 won the ticket. Guys, you work hard during the day.